Doctor Who starts on Saturday. Our first guest is Mistress of Minis. She has a blog that she updates when she's not painting called A Girl's Guide to Gaming Geekery. She was unable to film but graciously allowed me to share her answers with you. And so, to help with the interview, I created a clone of myself.
Hi!
What got you into miniature gaming?
I started with D&D in grade school. I painted a few miniatures for my gaming friends and got into Battletech in 1990 or so. Yes, I'm an elder gaming nerd. And I played that frequently through high school. Many of my gaming friends all moved off for college and such. In 1998, a friend of mine moved back to Tucson after having worked for Games Workshop, and he gave me a bunch of Eldar miniatures, and I've been painting and converting armies ever since.
What do you like about it best?
Well, it's my primary creative outlet. A well-painted army with good conversion takes on a life of its own. When people see my minis and get all happy and think they're cool, it feels nice to know other people appreciate similar things.
What got you started painting minis, and what do you think about when you're painting them?
Well, I'm usually thinking about the result I'm trying to achieve and if there's an easier or lazier way of doing it. I probably spend as much on various art supplies as I do on the miniatures themselves. I also like listening to audiobooks while painting. It takes some of the tedium out of it and helps you keep your eyes on the miniatures.
What's your favorite faction?
I'm terrible at sticking to one faction. Especially with Warmachine. I started with mercs and thought they would be diverse enough to hold my amusement, but then I realized that my mercs could also work for Cygnar, so I just started picking up some Cygnar odds and ends because they can be part of merc army lists, and now I'll just admit that I have a rather large Cygnar, merc, and Trollblood armies and smaller Pharaoh and Khador armies. I think some of the randomness comes from trading for most of my miniatures. Sometimes in trades you'll trade for a bunch of stuff that you don't really want because it's a good deal.
Why do you like playing so many armies?
Let's just call it army attention deficit disorder and realize that different armies are like fashion accessories and don't always match with certain outfits.
I can totally relate to that. Thank you.
Thanks.
A few weeks ago, we played a very, very late night game of Warmachine and recorded some of it. Well, mostly just the end of it because I was tired. I'm gonna cast Cleansing Fire on your Juggernaut.
Okay.
Which is 8-inch range.
My Juggernaut.
This one here. He's well within 8 inches.
Okay, he's got a defense of 10.
It's an AoE. Yeah.
So this is the final Carnage. It ended up being a caster kill, which is nice finally because usually when we're decimated by Kirsten's army, she has a lot more pieces than me, and I don't know how to deal with crowd control very well.
See what I was going to do
yeah.
before you killed my caster and popped your stupid feet.
my stupid feet, which is similar to your stupid feet in a lot of ways. What were you going to do after that?
I was going to charge this guy at your caster. And
that would have been clever. Weapon Master save, and you're like rolling 3 dice. Yep. That would have been bad.
I was going to try and get him out of the way with this guy. And then I was originally going to try and run this guy in to get through with my Inferno.
You're just really trying to mess me up there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, that way I'm glad I went all out and decided to charge with my Juggernaut there, because that could have ended.
Well, see, I was gonna also go and start shooting you with my caster, but it was really irritating that you locked up my one person with a really good gun with your person with a really good gun.
Yeah, the guns weren't very much in play this time.
I was totally going to just take shots at your caster, and then you were like, "No,
that was my plan too."
With my ice axe thing.
Yeah, we just kind of had these guys like battling it out with like one arm so that they could actually use at the time.
So frustrating. I really wanted to take a shot under your arm, but the stupid melee rule.
Oh, speaking of
It's like, see, that would have been, it would have been perfect for Nissia, because I totally could have done that still.
You could, yeah, you still could.
She's-
Yeah.
But you had to take her out in the first round. I didn't even get to play her.
I was actually surprised at how easy those ones went out because
Well,
they're
it's
the
only
nicest
5,
painted. So
though.
usually those are very hard to kill.
I know. Well, that's because I didn't put my paladin in brick and mortar.
Oh yeah, I was wondering. If
Well, and then you took out my healer.
Oh, she can do healing too.
No, hero can heal.
That's not cool.
What gives?
Yeah,
He
well,
looks
thank goodness. That's all I have to say because I don't do good when your machine
healer
works.
had more health because he should be able to heal himself without dying.
And I think we're probably going to go to bed now because it is 5 o'clock in the morning.
Is it really?
Well, not really, but it's pretty close. Don't tell Vampire. We're very devoted. We're very devoted players.
I'm generally much nicer, I swear. It was like ridiculously late and I get really grumpy when I'm tired. I'm actually more fun to play with, I promise. Also, the BBC has been releasing very short episodes of Pond Life all week, which is awesome because guess what comes back on Saturday? So, if you haven't watched the mini episodes on their YouTube channel or wherever you can find them, you should go watch them now and then watch Doctor Who because it's awesome. Hey, it's Clone Kiery, and we're doing a giveaway for this vintage YuGiOh card collection. Details are going to be in the description, so check it out and like the video and like Clone Kiery.